All right. So yesterday I heard Hex Tangent on a stream holding back saying like, oh, I don't want to be that kind of guy that says I know certain things that are going on behind the scenes, but I can't tell you. And you know what? It's true. I've heard other streamers. I've had conversations with other streamers, and it's not just streamers, but people are excited, and there are certain things that they can't necessarily talk about. So they'll tell you like, oh, I can't say it, but the stuff that's going on is so huge. And basically, I call it like reason 537 why this community is awesome. And if you're not a part of it, just keep exploring. Check it out. It's unbelievable. The thing is that when it comes to let's call them high net worth individuals or other players that might be looking to get, that might be interested in these products, a lot of them don't want to be known. A lot of them don't want their photos taken. They don't want their names out there. And I totally get that. But what do you think happens when a crypto that's made over 2,000 millionaires is forking, the founder is forking Ethereum? They're getting a copy of the crypto that made them a millionaire in the first place. They have one of the best DEXs coming out. They in some cases they're retired from whatever jobs they had, and then they're coming back to work. And I want to show some of those examples and then make a bigger point here in just a second about just the massive work that's going on behind the scenes here. So Sam Miller Life, this is actually a really great thread. He was on a boat with some HEXICANS, and I'll put a link to the specific thread. There's multiple millionaires that are doing additional work, that are pumping your bags. They don't have to. And there's plenty that don't have to. If when you make your money, you can do whatever you want. I don't really care. I run this channel not for any sort of personal gain. It's fun, and I'm working for you. I'm pumping your bags. That's basically it. And I'm going to keep doing it as long as it's fun. $640,000 raised in 5 days to sponsor NASCAR. Like, someone just got an idea and said, hey, let's try this out. They did it in 5 days. These mailers are hilarious to me. The fact that some people get upset about them, it's a gift. Getting one of these things in the mail is a gift. And someone is funding this. Someone's funding the printing, the mailing on their own dime. We know about Hex Conference. Matty Allen, the Quant Gang, freedomtv.info, those folks, that's coming up soon. Like, that's a lot of work. A lot of work is going into that. And I'm going to be attending. I'm super excited about that. PulseCon is coming up. I'll be looking at going to that as well. That's in September. Just dedicated to the PulseChain and PulseX for onboarding devs, for getting people excited about this. This is effort. This is a lot of work that these folks that freedomtv.info and some of these other folks are putting into this. You may know him as TMoney, speaking of Freedom TV. But, Tony is speaking at Crypto World Conference. What do you think he's going to be talking about? I mean, he is going to be talking about the things that you like, the things that you want him to talk about. Togosh, this is a great tweet from, I think, last week. Spent $7,000 on Hex Ads. He didn't do a GoFundMe. He didn't say, hey guys, give me a bunch of money. He just did it and reported. I think it's a he. Sorry if you're not. The findings reported the results of those efforts 80 million times. These ads with 76,000 people to visit those websites. Funding Jim, Gary, an inspiration, like an awesome guy in the community. Been retired, came out of retirement, basically, to do this work. Now, this is where things get, in my opinion, not necessarily better, just more interesting. Because if you don't have the resources, you don't know high net worth individuals, it's okay. If you're just making memes, if you're just clicking like, you're just subscribing, you're in chat, whatever, you're doing nothing, you're just watching videos, I don't care. Go ahead, do that. But these folks are going to these events, and they're meeting with people to spread the good word about Hex, PulseChain, and PulseX. Not a further win here with Robert Kiyosaki. I mean, it must be super fun for him. Robert Kiyosaki is definitely a HEXICAN. I don't know if he's confirmed it, but he is. There's enough people in the community that know him, that have been around him. Guaranteed. RG3 just onboarded an investor that came from the Rebel Capitalist event, another 150K HEXICAN. I mean, this 150K HEXICAN is arguably waiting to see how things go and has more money, to invest. Mike Morton, ex-footballer, knows athletes, has money, knows athletes with money that are looking for these investments. Justice Hill, Keelan Doss, like this is all going on behind the scenes. Now, I love that these guys are out on Twitter and they're talking about things, but there's a lot of their friends, there's a lot of their associates that they're talking to that aren't comfortable doing that. Arguably more of them are not. Pumping your bags. Here's Gary again. I mean, it might look like I'm a Gary fanboy. I mean, I kind of am. Dude's awesome. But this is him with Georgeammon. Like these are smart people. These are smart, successful people that are looking for places to earn more money in the same way that we are. And these guys are going to the events and meeting with them and telling them about these products. Matt, Crypto Heartbeat, interviews with Foster Gamble of Procter & Gamble. Like these things are just happening. These things are happening from inspiration, from people just being excited about something that we're all a part of. Like it doesn't get any better than that. So the things that we see are truly the tip of the iceberg. And if you don't believe me, then start listening to people that are on streams and in videos that want to talk about something and they can't. That thing that they can't talk about isn't BS. There's not so many people that are saying it. It's because they know, they're being told in confidence that massive things are happening behind the scenes. Again, lots of people with money, lots of people with influence. They'd rather be behind the scenes, and it's totally cool. I get that. And the thing about it is that in a lot of these cases, they're not just looking at like, oh, at this particular price point. They actually use a big data point for them is time. So they're not only looking at how long things have done something, they're looking at other factors. Community, if you're in crypto and you're smart, you're looking at community. If you're seeing that there's a community that's positive, proactive, passionate, creating content that's going to work for you, like it ends up being a no-brainer. The math and the code, the yield is great, but this community, and I love that there are people that were HEXICANS, and I love that there are just fresh like PulseChains, like PulseChain and PulseX people that are promoting all those things. I think it's amazing. I mean, I own all of them, but if you're in one, that's cool. If you're a purist in one of those things, I don't care. The thing is that this is working. It's working. I don't know when it is that we'll actually start seeing the bigger part of the iceberg start to grow here. But I know that it's actually happening. That's it for me today. Let me know if you're hearing people say this. I definitely am. I guess one of the benefits of being a content creator is that people want to tell you stuff without telling you stuff. They just feel like they want to, I guess, maybe get excited. I'm pretty easily excitable when it comes to any of this stuff. But I wanted to talk about that because I wanted to not only show gratitude for the people that don't have to be pumping our bags in this way, but also maybe inspire others. I'll always try to inspire people. Do whatever it is that you feel called to do, whether it's creating content, onboarding people, making memes, going to events, putting stickers around town. It's entirely up to you. You don't have to do anything. But just know that whether or not you do something, there are people behind the scenes that are doing a lot to your benefit, to my benefit. And I couldn't be more grateful to be in this community, and I couldn't be more grateful for those individuals and those groups. So thank you, everyone. Thanks so much for your time today. If you like this, like, subscribe. I appreciate it. You just got to 3,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I don't do it for any reason other than to pump your bag. So I'll see you soon.